If you are a student, content producer, coder, or a business owner, and you've been catching mentions of Claude everywhere but feel unsure where to begin, you've landed in exactly the right place. In today's tutorial, I'll guide you from fundamental concepts all the way through to generating genuinely impressive outputs. Stay through to the conclusion, because I'll reveal a method that makes transitioning to Claude from any competing platform incredibly straightforward. Let's dive in. Navigate to Claude AI, and you'll land on this homepage. The pricing section is here. You've got 3 subscription tiers: Free, Pro, and Max. The free tier handles beginner needs perfectly well. You can message, generate text, examine information. Moving up to Pro costs roughly $17 monthly, and that's where you unlock higher usage limits, the more powerful models, and an enhanced overall workflow. Then you have Max, designed for users regularly handling massive documents, intricate assignments, and extended working sessions. No need to stress about these options immediately. I'll be using the free tier throughout this tutorial, and as things progress, I'll highlight Pro capabilities so you'll understand exactly what the paid subscriptions offer. Once you've signed in, here's your main workspace. Centered on your screen sits the input field, where you type whatever you need help with. Then you pick your model from this menu. Opus handles complicated assignments and requires a Pro subscription. Sonnet works for routine daily tasks, while Haiku excels at speedy replies when complexity isn't necessary. Over on the left, you'll find your navigation panel. It contains conversations, projects, artifacts, plus several additional features like search and customization. Here's something small I'd suggest doing. Click over here and access Settings, where you'll notice this Personal Preference section. This is where you inform Claude about your preferred response format. I'm going to enter, whenever possible, include simple real-world examples to explain concepts, then save that preference. Configuration is complete, so let's move into actual application. Most AI platforms accept documents but impose strict size restrictions. Claude operates differently. It processes extremely substantial files, such as comprehensive reports spanning hundreds of pages, extensive academic papers, and maintains accurate tracking throughout. Let me demonstrate this functionality in action. I've acquired this government document examining religious liberty across various nations, running about 100 pages, making manual reading and examination essentially impractical, but we're resourceful, so we'll upload it right here and pose a question like, why should someone living in US actually care about this report, and submit. Here's Claude's response, explaining this influences your finances, shapes your community, affects domestic issues, connects commerce and international relations, and even impacts your buying decisions. This is genuinely impressive since it didn't simply generate some generic overview like typical chatbots might, but instead grasped the context and delivered an answer that feels pertinent. Quick heads up, when you're processing genuinely large documents, this can consume your usage allowance rapidly, so don't be caught off guard if you reach a threshold and need to wait for it to refresh. As you continue using Claude consistently, all your exchanges get automatically stored in the left navigation area. And when you've accumulated an extensive list, scrolling through to locate one particular conversation becomes difficult. The solution is going directly to the chat section and entering what you're trying to find. I'll head there and enter Content, which brings up everything content-related that I've discussed with Claude. Once you begin regularly handling multiple documents and various conversations, organization deteriorates quickly. That's exactly where projects become valuable. Imagine projects as containers, but intelligent containers. Rather than having scattered items everywhere, you group everything connected to one objective. Say you're developing a YouTube video. You can organize your investigation, written material, annotations, everything within a single project. Let me quickly walk through creating a project. Simply select Projects, followed by New Project. Here, you assign a name. Let's use Company Reports and Data Analysis. In the description field, I'll write something like, summarizing reports, extracting insights, and generating action points for work. That's all. Hit Create. After your project exists, you'll see this interface. At the top sits Memory. As you keep working within this project, Claude begins understanding your context gradually and develops a memory surrounding it. Next, you have Instructions, which is where you specify how Claude should respond, and this applies exclusively to this project. Conversations outside won't be influenced. For instance, if this project focuses on company reports, I might specify, always give concise insights, highlight risks, and suggest action points. Now, every reply within this project adheres to that format. Then there's Files, where you upload documents straight into the project, and Claude can reference them whenever needed. So I'll upload a revenue document and request it calculate the profit margins. Now, I actually attempted something intriguing here. This isn't actually any revenue document. It's the script from my previous video. I simply renamed it to Company Revenue. I'm basically testing whether Claude properly examines the file or just fabricates responses. Essentially, I'm attempting to fool it. Let's observe the outcome. Rather than inventing something, it actually paused and indicated this might not be the correct file, which is excellent because certain AI platforms would simply provide any random response and proceed. But here it actually confirmed the content before replying. But here's where things get truly fascinating. Up to this point, we've primarily been conversing with Claude, but what if you need it to actually produce something? That's the purpose of Artifacts. If you click Artifacts, this is what appears. It's prompting you about what type of creation you're interested in. You have choices such as applications, documents, games, and additional options. Let's select Documents and Templates. It requests a few details about document type, intended audience, and formatting. We'll make our selections, and there it is. It produced a proper template containing all necessary sections. Now, before developing this further, let me attempt creating another artifact. Here, I'll choose visual art and animation. The aesthetic should be sci-fi and futuristic, and I'll be sharing it with viewers. Okay, it's requesting additional specifications. I want the setting to be celestial, featuring space and galaxies, and naturally want it interactive. So our project will generate as an HTML canvas animation. Let's proceed and request it build this. You can observe it constructing this alongside us while writing all the HTML code. And once finished, this is the result. I mean, it's not terrible as a starting point. You can certainly refine it and improve it. So you've now witnessed how you can actually construct things. But what if you want Claude to execute particular categories of assignments? Like composing documents following a specific format or generating designs? That's the role of skills. Consider these as pre-configured capabilities you add to Claude. So rather than explaining everything from the beginning each time, you simply activate a skill that's already established for that assignment. For example, there's a canvas design skill. This gets utilized for generating visual art employing design principles. It also produces original visual designs, preventing copyright issues. So I'll return to the input area and type. Create a clean, professional LinkedIn-style visual poster about 5 ways to improve business productivity with minimal design, modern layout, and clear typography. Then choose Canvas Design as the skill and submit. Now it's loading the Canvas Design skill and applying design principles for the LinkedIn productivity graphic, writing Python code to generate it, and finally creating and previewing the poster. And here we are. I mean, just examine this. It's not terrible. All 5 strategies are listed clearly and genuinely make sense because this isn't arbitrary text. And here we have the design philosophy employed to create this. Imagine the time investment creating this manually would require. These pre-configured skills are extremely capable. You can actually build your own skill matching your personal workflow. To accomplish this, return to Skills. Click Create Skill. And here you have 3 creation methods. First, using Claude, second, writing instructions manually, and third, uploading directly. So I'll simply employ Claude to build my skill and create a skill for writing YouTube scripts in the AI and tech niche. The scripts should be in English, conversational, easy to understand, and feel natural and engaging, not robotic. Include hooks, storytelling, and smooth transitions for better viewer retention. Let me select my settings, and after processing for several minutes, here's what it generated. I can simply review it and save this skill from here. Just notice how remarkable it is that Claude possesses a skill for creating skills. Up until now, everything we've accomplished stays within Claude, but what if you could link it to platforms you're already using? That's the function of connectors. Consider connectors as a bridge linking Claude with your regular applications. You can link things like Docs, Slack, or additional platforms, and Claude can interact directly with information inside that application. Let's use Gmail as an example. Rather than combing through lengthy email chains, you link Claude and accomplish the task. To do this, navigate to Customize, click Connector, then this plus symbol, select Gmail, and Gmail is now connected with Claude. Now I'll ask it to examine my inbox and identify if I'm overlooking anything significant. You need to grant access the first time, then you'll observe it working by searching threads, utilizing Gmail integration, and it provided me the complete content pipeline after checking my Gmail regarding pending tasks. This is extremely useful because now I won't miss any of my critical updates. So you've now witnessed how Claude can integrate with platforms like Gmail and genuinely fit into your daily routine. But there's one crucial thing I want to demonstrate if you're transitioning from platforms like ChatGPT or Gemini. Switching platforms is genuinely frustrating, correct? You've developed your particular style, your working method, and beginning fresh in a new platform feels like a hassle. But recall at the start I mentioned I'd demonstrate a technique that makes this transition incredibly simple? Yeah, here it is. Claude has this feature called Capabilities. What it essentially does is assist you in transferring your current setup from another AI platform into Claude. To accomplish this, access Settings, click Capabilities, and here you'll discover an option to import memory from alternative AI providers. Click Start Import and copy this prompt, then paste it in a conversation in your current AI platform. So I'll navigate to Gemini and paste this. Now I'll copy the response that I received, return to Claude, and paste it here, then click Add to Memory. It's now updated and provided us the context transferred from Gemini. I can click See what it learned about me and confirm if it's accurate. And that's how you achieve a smooth transition from any alternative AI to Claude while importing all your configurations and workflow. So yeah, that covers essentially everything necessary to begin with Claude. We began from the absolute fundamentals, understanding how it operates, then utilized it to manage large documents while organizing everything with projects, then constructed things with artifacts and tailoring it with skills, then linked it with platforms through connectors, and made it incredibly straightforward to switch from any alternative AI platform without starting from zero. So if you genuinely follow this, you're already beyond most people utilizing AI currently. Now, if you want me to produce a comprehensive tutorial on Claude's Pro capabilities where it can actually operate on your behalf, let me know in the comments. If this tutorial benefited you, hit like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.